London on 1458 AM and DAB, smart speaker, mobile app and LeicaRadio.com.
This is Leica Radio.
From the Sky News Centre at 9. Sir Salman Rushdie's off a ventilator, according to the Associated Press, after he was repeatedly stabbed at an event in New York State. The 75-year-old suffered a punctured eye and liver. The FBI says the gun handled by Alec Baldwin during a fatal shooting on a movie set could not have been fired without pulling the trigger. The actor maintains he only cocked the revolver, but experts say in that state it wasn't possible for the weapon to be discharged. In December, he told the American network ABC about his memory of events.
It wasn't in the script for the trigger to be pulled.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never.
A yellow warning for thunderstorms for Scotland and Northern Ireland has now come into force, while an amber extreme heat warning's in place for much of England and parts of Wales. Greenpeace says the country's unprepared for future extreme weather. Its chief scientific officer is Dr. Doug Parr.
Most obviously, we've neglected buildings. They need to be properly insulated and well ventilated to make sure they can cope with higher heat than we've been used to.
A think tank's warning poorer families will have to cut their spending by a quarter this winter to pay for essentials. Meanwhile, the Labour leader, Sir Keir Starmer, is expected to call for an energy price cap freeze tomorrow to help with the rising cost of living. Sport. Manchester United boss Erik ten Hag admits his team were rubbish in their 4-0 Premier League thrashing by Brentford. Former United captain Gary Neville says the performance was one of the worst he's ever seen.
It seems that continually Manchester United can surpass their previous lows, and when is the lowest low going to come? Because the reality of it is, this is really, really bad.
And Dan Evans' impressive run at the Canadian Open has ended at the semi-finals. The British tennis number 2 lost in 3 sets to Spain's Pablo Carreno Busta. That's the latest. I'm Tanya Snuggs.
At Lidl, we're big on a summer of quality for all. So why not cool off with a vegan iced dessert for just $2.19? Go classic with a family pack of 15 ice creams for $2.59, or get fruity with mini push-up lollies for just $1.29. Now that's big on quality and always little on price. Subject to availability, selected stores, excludes NI.
Leica Radio 1458 and Leica Gold 1035, a part of the Leica Group. Leica Radio Weather is brought to you by TravelUp.com. Our lowest prices are guaranteed only when you book directly through TravelUp.com or call 0207 580 5000.
The weather today is Sunday, 14th of August 2022. It's going to be very hot today. Sunny and gentle breeze in London and surrounding areas. Top temperature 36 centigrade. Sunset is at 8:26 p.m.
Weather was brought to you by TravelUp.com. Our lowest prices are guaranteed only when you book directly through TravelUp.com.
Leica Radio.
Talking Points with Keith Vaz, celebrating diversity. Leica, London.
Leica Radio.
Good morning and welcome to the 123rd edition of Talking Points on Leica Radio with me, Keith Vaz. Thank you for joining us today, Sunday the 14th of August 2022. I hope you're having a great weekend. Top news items this week, as you know, an amber extreme heat warning has come into force with temperatures hitting 37 degrees centigrade, that's 99 Fahrenheit, in some parts of the UK over the last few days. And today, that's why our weatherman is wearing his shorts while doing the weather. It's all been too much for us, but enjoy it. Drink a lot of water. It will soon come to an end, and do not light any bonfires. India is preparing for one of its biggest celebrations. Tomorrow is the 75th anniversary of Indian independence. We are counting down here at Leica headquarters for the arrival of the Indian Navy ship, which is going to sail up the waters at Canary Wharf, and we are all going to be able to jump on it at 4 o'clock today. Tomorrow is also the 57th anniversary of the first time I touched the soil of England, as my mum and sisters arrived from Yemen on the 15th of August 1965. Birmingham's hosting of the Commonwealth Games has been described as exceeding everybody's expectations. That's according to the man in charge of Team England, and I think everyone agrees. A big Bungara end to Birmingham 2022. On the programme today, my special guests start with the celebrity hairdresser Dar. He has his hands in the hair of more celebrities than you and I have had Balepuris. From Superman to Aishwarya Rai, from Imran Khan to Goldie Hawn, he has transformed their look. With over 25 years in the hair and beauty industry, Dar has established an enormously successful and varied career. We will get some tips from Dar. Next we go to Leicester to talk about the Sri Mataji Gaushal, which calls for help and homes for 55,000 cows in North India. I'll be talking to Rakesh Rajpura, who works at the pharmacy AAH Pharmaceuticals in Coventry and has become a volunteer in this very important organisation. He, including other volunteers, including Sadhna Rajani, will be talking to us about the way in which we can help sacred animals. My final guest, Lavina, an award-winning broadcast journalist and documentary filmmaker of over 20 years of experience, will be telling us why India has become so obsessed with who is going to be the next Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Her programme currently covers over 40 million viewers in India. She'll be telling us why Delhi has gone nuts about Rishi. But before all that, let's hear some music.
के रांझा ये तबाह हो गया के रांझा ये तबाह हो गया हीरिया नी नशा तेरा करके ना पूछ हमें क्या हो गया के रांझा ये तबाह हो गया
तेरा नाम रहे मेरी जुबान पे जैसे चांद रहता है उस आसमान पे हीरिया नी तुझ पे ही मर के ना पूछ हमें क्या हो गया ना पूछ हमें क्या हो गया हीरिया नी नशा तेरा करके के रांझा ये तबाह हो गया के रांझा ये तबाह हो गया हीरिया नी नशा तेरा करके ना पूछ हमें क्या हो गया के रांझा ये तबाह हो गया के रांझा ये तुझसे ही दिन शुरू तुझसे ही रात है मिले ना किताबों में जो तुझ में वो बात है तुझसे ही दिन शुरू तुझसे ही रात है मिले ना किताबों में जो तुझ में वो बात है अभी तो चोरी चोरी मुझको चुराया वे नींदों को पतंग किया रातों को जगाया वे तूने भी तो चोरी चोरी मुझको चुराया
के रांझा ये तबाह हो गया के रांझा ये तबाह हो गया हीरी नी नशा तेरा करके ना पूछ हमें क्या हो गया के रांझा ये तबाह हो गया
Talking Points with Keith Vaz, celebrating diversity. Leica, London.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. Now, what have Superman, Simon Cowell, Imran Khan, former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Aishwarya Rai, former Miss World, Paul McCartney and Pierce Brosnan, former James Bond, got in common? My special guest this morning has had his hands in their hair and has transformed their look. With over 25 years in the hair and beauty industry, Dar has established an enormously successful and varied career. He's worked in some of the top salons in London, been an ambassador throughout Europe and the Middle East and India for many of the world's leading hair product companies. He set up his highly renowned salon as well as building up an international clientele of the rich and famous. He is one of the most celebrated hairstylists on this planet. He joins me this morning from central London. Good morning, Dar.
Good morning. Thank you. What an introduction. Wow.
Now tell me, what made you first go into hairdressing? Why were you not a doctor like most of the other Asians of your year?
I don't know, because I had nobody here to guide me. I was 18 and I thought maybe I should go into some sort of fashion, makeup or fashion designing. But I hated going to schools, so any of those things you have to go and learn. I don't know. I didn't like the school. So hair was easy. You just have to go there, start shampooing hair. Well, you find a job if they take you, and then you start shampooing, sweeping hair, and making coffee, and washing hair, and then you learn in the evening. And they pay you little, but then they teach you in central London. It was salon behind Selfridges. And I had no idea that it was going to be my career. I would just did it to, when you're young, you think, easy way to talk to girls by cutting their hair. But I didn't realize that I had the flair for it. But the more I did the hair, and if they say, oh my God, the shampoo you're such a good shampoo, that made me feel really like, I don't know that word, you're really good. That inspired me to be better. And it just continued.
Now, your signature concept is called Total Look. What exactly is Total Look? What does it mean?
So I'm not your normal hairdresser who cut hair 9 to 5. So, right, I was at Vidal Sassoon, one of the creative team. So started from Sloane Square, Bond Street in the early days with Sassoon. Vidal Sassoon, you may have heard of him, but one of the biggest brands in the world. So then I left and I started doing photo shoot, just working on magazine models, going all over wherever the sun was. They would go and shoot the catalogs, magazine, and any of these, models shoot. So then what happened that I actually learned about the total look. So when you were the beauty and fashion editor, I worked with Vogue, Harper's, Tatler, Cosmopolitan, newspaper, Telegraph, The Time. So you're working with some of the top beauty editors as well as top photographers. And so what happened, it's not hair anymore. It's the whole total look, isn't it? So they're saying what I got really good at, I say, okay, put the dress on. They put the dress, put the jewelry on, do the makeup, and I quickly go and I just move the hair. And I just got good at it. So I know how to glamorize women, how to make them look beautiful.
Your client list is a who's who of the rich and famous. Obviously, the most publicity you've got, because people are very interested in politics, India, Pakistan, was when you changed Imran Khan's look. You gave him the hip-hop look. But of all these clients that you've had, who has been your favorite?
Well, it has to be Imran, because I met him. He looked like Sunny. He just came to London, and I basically made him, I cut his hair. He said, let's go out. He was hanging around, visit Pakistan and London to do, to play county cricket. And then we met, and he said, I want to come out with you. I said, not looking like that. So I cut his hair. And then I said, we got to go, buy some clothes to King's Road. And that's how we became friends. So I did his hair over 45 years till he became the Prime Minister. I would say for men, it's him. For women, it's got to be either Aishwarya or Goldie Hawn. So I think they both are queen of the industry, Bollywood and Hollywood. So I would say these are the three. And then the recent, I would say Kajol. She's like my favorite. She comes in every 3 months to get a haircut, and her daughter. So Kajol is a Bollywood movie star. So there you go.
That's quite a list of favourites. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. I'm talking to one of the most celebrated hairdressers in the world, Dar. We're going to be back after a break.
सस्ती से सस्ती फ्लाइट्स और हॉलिडे पैकेज चाहिए तो 24 घंटे 7 दिन किसी भी समय ट्रैवल हब का नंबर मिलाइए फॉर क्रूज टेलर मेड हॉलिडे होटल बुकिंग्स एंड हनीमून पैकेजेस हमसे सस्ता कहीं नहीं मिल सकता कॉल ट्रैवल हब 24/7 on 0208 782 8833 or visit travelhubltd.co.uk.
Travel Hub, best service with unbeatable price.
At all protected.
Visit travelhubltd.co.uk.
जैमिन के अचार स्वाद में है मजेदार जैमिन के पापड़ सबसे है लाजवाब जैमिन के मुखवास अनोखे और खास
जैमिन के अचार
जैमिन के पापड़
और जैमिन के मुखवास
सबकी पसंद
quality products for all occasions
जैमिन
available from your local Asian stores
जैमिन के अचार जैमिन के पापड़ जैमिन के
Attention to all Indian restaurants, caterers and retail shops. East and West is the trade-only cash and carry and specialises in Indian grocery and food stock. Visit www.east-n-west.com to place an order online and get your goods delivered to your businesses so you can concentrate on your customers and grow the sales. east-n-west.com, serving to restaurants, caterers and retail shops nationwide.
के देखो जरा दिल दे के देखो जरा
Utsav Bharat available on Sky 704 Virgin Media 802 and Yup TV.
State Bank of India UK wishes all the listeners of Leica Radio a very happy Independence Day and Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Jai Hind.
Get Leica Mobile's £20 UK Plan Mega Plus at 50% discount. Buy it today for just £10. You'll get 100 gigabytes of data, unlimited UK minutes and texts, and 100 international minutes to India and 40 other countries in the first 3 months when you buy online at leicamobile.co.uk. EU roaming included. Half price sale is on. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit leicamobile.co.uk today for new customers only. T's and C's apply. Leica Mobile.
London's popular stations, Leica Radio and Leica Gold, are now available on the new Leica Radio mobile app. Download it and listen to both stations wherever you are. The personalities that matter with Keith Vaz on Talking Points.
Leica Radio.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. I'm talking to the celebrity hairdresser Dar. We heard about his favourites, Imran Khan, Kajol, Aishwarya Rai, Goldie Hawn. Because he's had so many, he couldn't choose just one. I should ask you, Dar, you've done a lot of work for charity. You were involved in the L'Oreal Colour Trophy, the Halley Comet Charity Ball. Why do you do so much for charity? Obviously, it's a good thing to do, but you seem to make it a very important part of your life.
Yeah, because, obviously, I'm a people's person. And when you're creating these events and you get involved, when you're doing something that is something you're putting back into the industry, meaning you're sharing with the public. And because having the right contact all around the world and the top place, so people say, can you come and help me? Can you get this person? So I got Karen Millens here, and Daily Mail covered it, and 2 pages on the front page. So now Karen Millens is part of my groupie. And so anybody doing an event, they see her pictures on the social media, Karen Millens, Grinda Chadha, who is another very dear friend. So there's a Ching, who's a Chinese chef. She's on Saturday Kitchen. So you make a little group. So every time people say, Dad, could you bring these people over? And because they're kind of dear friend, it helps the charity and having famous name there. And I'm kind of person who can drag everybody along.
Now, many of us are not rich and famous. We get up in the morning. This does not apply to me, of course, because as you know, I am follically challenged. My hair disappeared some time ago. The you did cut it once.
Yeah.
What should you do when you get up in the morning, male, female, to avoid a bad hair day?
Well, the thing is, you can't just say you get up in the morning and have beautiful hair. But, you know, the most important thing is to have a good haircut. You know, when you have your hair long and it's flat, it really works against your face. You need to have a sculptured, beautiful haircut. Whether it's really long down to your, you know, bum or your shoulder length or very short, the haircut plays a very crucial part. And I'm a designer. I design hair. I don't cut hair for the sake of cutting hair. I sculpture the hair to bring out the beauty. The eyebrows and the eyes and the cheekbones are the most important part of your face. So haircut is important. And I would suggest always remember, Google review whoever is the hairdresser you think you are close to. Make sure if you book a hairdresser, not the salon, don't do the Google review. Google review the person you're going to get it cut by. So you got to learn the experience he has. If you look at my Google review, all you have to do, Dar hairdresser, you'll see hundreds of women, they just can't write enough after the haircut. Can you trim my hair? I don't do trims. There is no such thing as trim in my book. So it's designing the hair. It's like a designer designed the outfit around your body. I designed the hair around the face.
Dar, have you ever had any of your clients saying, after you finish cutting their hair, cut by the great Dar, and saying, actually, this is not what I wanted at all? I'm sure 99.9% of your people think it's a good idea, what you've done. But has anyone turned around and said, actually, I don't like this. Give me my hair back?
So, you know, when I was younger at Vidal Sassoon, this is in the 80s, because you're experimenting all the time. When the client comes in, you talk them into having a haircut. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And that's not what they came in for, which now I play very safe. In those days, you convince them. And obviously in Sassoon, they wanted you to have the latest haircut. We were already always taught, gotta give them the latest. So sometimes people say, oh, this is not what I wanted. And then soon later, they say, well, I got used to it and I really love it.
Now, I need some very quick answers. One, who cuts your hair?
One of my friends, his name is Ozzy. We used to work together in Vidal Sassoon, and he works in Mayfair. And so I sort of go to him. He's got a salon in Richmond. So yeah, he normally cuts my hair right now.
Okay, second question, quick fire. My grandmother used to always tell my sisters and my mother, put olive oil in your hair overnight and the next day it is very luxurious. Is olive oil good for your hair?
All the oils are really good for your scalp, not for the hair. Hair is the oil, these oil, either you have a special oil that is formulated for the hair, cuticle, because the oil is too thick to penetrate into the cuticle. So that is only nourishing your scalp, not the hair. The treatment will really makes the hair treatment makes the hair moisturize it. And in the olden days, you know, they didn't have to put their hair out in the sun. So the hair was always healthy under the chunni, you know. But now we put colors, we do so many things, chemical treated hair, and they need to be moisturized with the proper treatment, not the oil. Oil in the sun will burn the hair, but it's really good for the scalp.
Dar, it's been fascinating talking to you. I can feel my hair stand up. Well, I would have felt my hair standing up on its ends, knowing that I'm talking to you, the famous Dar, but as I have no hair on my head, it's much easier.
No, but I can swear to you, I can still cut it. I can still cut your hair, whatever and I can tell you, you will see the difference from a normal barber.
We will have to try that out.
Absolutely.
We always ask our special guests to choose a song that is special to them and to dedicate it to someone special. Which song would you like to choose and to whom would you like to dedicate it to?
Abhi Na Jao Chhod Kar. I think I probably like to dedicate this song to Grinda because I sent it to her a few weeks ago. Abhi Na Jao Chhod Ke. It's one of the romantic, I'm a romantic person. And she's like my sister, and her father used to love this song. So when I heard it a few weeks ago, and I sent it to her, and it's her favorite, and it's my favorite. And I heard it when I was 14 in India, working in the farm, and it has always stayed in my mind.
Dar, thank you so much for coming on the program this morning.
It's my pleasure, and I'd like to thank all the audience of your radio station. I hope they enjoyed.
Let's hear Dar's song.
अभी न जाओ छोड़ कर कि दिल अभी भरा नहीं अभी न जाओ छोड़ कर कि दिल अभी भरा नहीं
तो आई हो अभी अभी तो अभी अभी तो आई हो बहार बन के छाई हो हवा जरा महक तो ले नजर जरा बहक तो ले ये शाम ढल तो ले जरा ये शाम ढल तो ले जरा ये दिल संभल तो ले जरा मैं थोड़ी देर जी तो लूं नशे के घूंट भी तो लूं नशे के घूंट पी तो लूं अभी तो कुछ कहा नहीं अभी तो कुछ सुना नहीं अभी ना जाओ छोड़ कर के दिल अभी भरा नहीं के दिल अभी भरा नहीं अधूरी आस छोड़ के अधूरी प्यास छोड़ के जो रोज यूं ही जाओगी तो किस तरह निभाओगी कि जिंदगी की राह में जवां दिलों की चाह में कई मकाम आएंगे जो हमको आजमाएंगे बुरा ना मानो बात का ये प्यार है गिला नहीं
हाँ यही कहोगे तुम सदा कि दिल अभी भरा नहीं
हाँ दिल अभी भरा नहीं
नहीं नहीं नहीं नहीं
Keith Vaz on Talking Points. Leica.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. Gau Mata calls for help and looks for a home for more than 55,000 cows in North India. Shri Mataji Gaushala is run by Man Mandir Seva Sansthan Trust, located at the Sri Dham Barsana in India. It is deeply involved in protection and preservation of the sacred landscape of the holy Braj Bhumi River Yamuna, its glorious culture, revered hill and water bodies, and it's been involved in that campaign for more than 25 years. Today, the Gaushala houses more than 55,000 cows of various Indian breeds, some of which are aged, some do not provide milk, some suffering from illnesses, and some with physical disability, all of whom have been saved from butchers and smugglers across the North Indian region. Let's go to Leicester to talk to Rakesh Rajpara, who's worked for 15 years in Coventry with the AAH Pharmaceutical Company and has been a volunteer in the Shri Mataji Gaushala for the last 2 months, together with other volunteers, including Sadhna Rajani. Good morning, Rakesh Rajpara.
Morning, Keith.
Now, yesterday, of course, you had a huge, diverse cultural festival at Cossington Park in Leicester. How did that go, first of all? Because that's a first, isn't it?
Yes, Keith, it went very well. It was amazing to see such a big turnout from the local community, which brought many of us closer. Event gave the local community a place to go this summer. There were many performances from people from different cultural backgrounds, and Shri Mataji Gaushala had a special classic Bharatanatyam dance on cows. We also had our Shri Mataji Gaushala store to make people aware about the Gaushala, where we had video presentations displayed, leaflets to provide information about this campaign in the UK. We had activities for children at the store to get them involved. We had henna artists, flags, balloons for younger children.
Tell me about the campaign to protect the 55,000 cows of various Indian breeds. How did you get involved in the campaign, and how can others get involved in this really important campaign? Some may say, we're in Leicester, so how can we save the cows in India? What's your answer to that?
Yes, so firstly, I'll start with how I got inspired. So while supporting Yamuna River campaign back in 2018, I worked with Sadhna and Radhe Priyaji, who is a devotee from the Gaushala in India. And just before COVID hit, we were discussing how we from the UK can start supporting the Gaushala. But due to COVID, we've now just started to regroup and raise awareness. There are many reasons why I'm inspired helping with this campaign. Firstly, my visit to Shri Mataji Gaushala, where I saw thousands of cows passing by during my stay, which gave me immense positive energy. And maybe, Keith, when you're planning to visit India, can take a trip down to Gaushala. I saw the immense care and attention given to sick cows recovering. I learned about the fine compost being produced for farming and medicines being prepared from cow dung, urine for treating people's illnesses, and I saw the eco-friendly biogas plant producing electricity for the Gaushala. And finally, Shri Mataji Gaushala has never stretched its hands out previously, but due to COVID increase in fuel and fodder prices, or even the contributions provided by the local government, isn't currently enough to keep the Gaushala's daily running costs ongoing. So this is why we're prioritising on focusing on supporting the cows currently.
This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. I'm talking to Rakesh Rajpara about how to help save the sacred cows in India. Join me after the break.
Leica Radio.
Flight updates are brought to you by TravelUp.com. Flights, hotels and holidays.
Let's go for a flight update. All flights are as scheduled, but please check with your flight operators before heading to the airport.
Flight updates were brought to you by TravelUp.com. Lowest prices are guaranteed only when you book directly through TravelUp.com. Call 0207 580 5000.
Leica Radio.
Traffic and travel.
I'm Michael Page. In Wembley, the A404 Harrow Road is still closed both ways for accidents investigation work between Bridgewater Road and Chaplin Road. In East London at Upton, the A114 Stopford Road is closed both ways for a multi-vehicle accident between Plashet Road and Crescent Road. In Streatham, Bedford Hill is closed both ways because of an accident between Abbotswood Road and Hilbury Road. And it's getting busy heading out of town on the A4 Great West Road in Chiswick, approaching the Sutton Court Road junction, where it's still down to one lane for the ongoing works. On the tubes, the District Line has severe delays because of overrunning engineering works at Earls Court, and there are no services today on the District Line between Tower Hill and Upminster because of engineering work. It also means there's no service on the entire Hammersmith and City Line, and that's the latest traffic and travel.
This is Leica Radio.
Why are elephants always the first animal in the pool? Because they've packed their trunks already. They've packed their trunks. The elephants are undoubtedly the most popular animal here at Woburn, and they walk around like they own the place. There's an elephant house, elephant meadow arena. Nellie played there once. Oh yeah, we even share agents. That's how big we are.
Inspire your little explorers. Book your tickets now at woburnsafari.co.uk.
The wild is closer than you think.
क्या आपने सुना है West London's newest Indian restaurant Karma Lounge is now open on High Street, Cowley, Uxbridge. Karma Lounge is specializing in signature dishes inspired from the northern Indian frontier and a royal Mughal era. Visit thekarmalounge.co.uk or you can call 0203 4686 555 to book now. You'll also get 20% off as a Leica Radio listener. Offer available Monday through Thursday only.
Hasu World now provides flight tickets to all the destinations as well as fit-to-fly RT-PCR tests. Visit hasuworld.com or call 0300 124 6500 for exclusive flight rates at all protected.
If you've had a cough for 3 weeks or more, don't just ignore it. A cough that lasts 3 weeks or more could be a sign of cancer. It's probably nothing serious, but finding cancer early makes it more treatable. Your NHS wants to see you. Contact your GP practice. Help us help you.
Hello Basingstoke! The brand new Scoop Up store is open in the heart of Basingstoke, near Reading, Slough, Guildford and Woking. Walk into the store now to try their unique flavours and take advantage of their opening offer. Get 2 scoops for the price of 1. That's at Scoop Up, 33 Woke Street, RG21.
State Bank of India UK wishes all the listeners of Laika Radio a very happy Independence Day and Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. जय हिंद।
ZTV HD पर शुरू हो रही है एक नई कहानी संजोग। अपनी है वो लेकिन उसकी हर बात पर आई है। अनजान है माँ की बेटी किसी और कोख से आई है। देखिए संजोग 22 अगस्त से सोमवार से शुक्रवार शाम 5:30 बजे ZTV HD पर अवेलेबल ऑन Sky 709, Virgin Media 809 और अब Sky Glass 714 पर भी। Keep watching ZTV HD to stand a chance to win tickets to watch top Bollywood artists perform live in the UK. Terms and conditions apply.
थेम्स के किनारे तिरंगे नजारे आइए और भारतीय स्वतंत्रता का 75वां वर्ष पूरी आन बान और शान के साथ मनाइए। 14 अगस्त की शाम 4 बजे भारतीय नौसेना का जहाज तरंगिनी थेम्स में लाइका हेडक्वार्टर के बाहर तशरीफ लाएगा। आप भी तरंगिनी के स्वागत समारोह में शामिल हो जाइए। अधिक जानकारी और रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए विजिट laikaradio.com और laikagold.com। आप घर बैठे भी इस सेलिब्रेशन का मजा ले सकते हैं बाय विजिटिंग youtube.com/Laika Radio UK या फिर लाइका रेडियो और लाइका गोल्ड के फेसबुक पेज पर जाइए और इस कार्यक्रम का भरपूर लुत्फ उठाइए। स्ट्रीमिंग पार्टनर्स SBI UK।
Talking Points with Keith Vaz, celebrating diversity. Laika, London.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Laika Radio. I'm talking to Rakesh Rajpara about the very important campaign that is run by the Sri Mataji Gaushala to protect and save the sacred cows in northern India. Rakesh, this week has seen, of course, Raksha Bandhan, which took place earlier this week. So it's a very religious week. You've had the cultural festival that has taken place yesterday in Cossington Park. Is it easy to find people to volunteer for campaigns such as the one you are helping to run, or is it a hard sell?
No, it's quite easy. We have, I think it's just basically getting people aware that this is happening and this is the date and time the festival is happening. And a lot of people from the community have sprung out and supported with this campaign. So friends, families, they've all sort of pressed on and got involved in supporting with this campaign. So it has been, from that point of view, everyone's got together and started helping us.
What can we do in Leicester or Coventry or Birmingham or London if we support your campaign? How do we physically help save the cows in India?
So I think one of the things we can do is, first of all, is to raise awareness. Not many people are aware that there is such a Gaushala in India, and it's one of the largest Gaushala in northern India, which houses so many cows. And what I would say for people here in the UK, they can first of all simply raise awareness so people can pass on a message to other people. And then following that, they can then basically support us by donating amount to the Gaushala. And if they're taking a visit to India, they can go there and sort of take the pleasure and see the cows that are present there.
Rakesh, what is the operation like at the Gaushala? I gather there is a hospital specifically to look after cows. Is that right?
Yes, Keith, that's right. We have a hospital in the Gaushala which can take 3,000 cows at any one time, and it's state-of-the-art hospital which can treat cows needing urgent medical treatment. And yes, we've got doctors on hand. We've got all the volunteers and people at the Gaushala to help assist. And there are also 3 ambulances on standby for, in the event there has been an accident in the area, they will go free of charge to actually go and sort of collect the cow and bring them back to the Gaushala and to treat them.
Rakesh, I've been really moved by what you've been saying. and very impressed with the energy, the drive, the inspiration of the campaign that has been launched by the Sri Mataji Gaushala. I would like to support one cow. I can't do more than one, but how would I identify one cow that I'd like to support and make sure that that cow stays alive and is healthy and fed well?
Yeah, sure, Keith. What I'll do is we'll arrange with the Gaushala so that you can adopt a cow. We've got Gopal, who's one of the cows currently residing at the Gaushala. So I'll send you a picture of Gopal, and we can make sure that that cow is basically is taken care of using, and then we've actually make sure that happens.
Rakesh Rajpara, thank you so much for joining us today. Good luck with the campaign. Give our regards to the very dynamic Sadhana Rajani for the work that she's done, not just on the Yamuna River, but also on this campaign. Thank you on this weekend when we celebrate the 75th anniversary of Indian independence. Thank you for reminding us of the values of Hinduism and the importance of India and Britain.
Thank you, Keith, for having us here today, and best wishes to listeners of Leica Radio. And I hope there is someone out there who could also help this Gaushala.
मुझ पे सुरूर है असर तेरा ये जरूर है तेरी नजर का कसूर है पास तू क्यों दूर है ये इश्क का जो फितूर है नशे में दिल तेरे चूर है अब तो होश ना खबर है ये कैसा असर है होश ना खबर है ये कैसा असर है तुमसे मिलने के बाद तुमसे मिलने के बाद
सबर क्यों मीठा है फल
मेरा ख्वाब है तू मेरे दिल का करार देख ले जाने मन देख ले बस एक बार चैन खो गया है कुछ तो हो गया है चैन खो गया है कुछ तो हो गया है तुमसे मिलने के बाद तुमसे मिलने के बाद अब तो होश ना खबर है ये कैसा असर है होश ना खबर है ये कैसा असर है तुमसे मिलने के बाद तुमसे मिलने के बाद
नहले पे दहला नहीं 15 पे 15 जी हाँ get exclusive 15% discount on Beyond Bollywood tickets. Celebrate this Independence Day in Indian style. The best Independence Day deal. Worth shopping this week. 15% discount until 15th August to celebrate our Independence Day. Tickets available from Sadler's Wells. Terms and conditions apply.
Special offer. Join the brand new beautiful Sher Khan restaurant, who specialise in traditional Pakistani Indian cuisine. Sher Khan has opened near Sinwell Feltham and On offer, a lunchtime special for just £9.95. You can get one starter, one main and one sundry Monday to Friday, 12 to 5 p.m. That's at Sher Khan, where they offer a variety of classic, tasty, traditional dishes. Call 0208 950 5533 or visit sherkhansldn.co.uk.
1 hour online coding class with Byju's Future School. Free. Yes, you heard that right. Byju's Future School delivers a world-class online experience to help students become active learners. With interactive story-based lessons, children can learn how to build and publish real-world apps, games, websites, and more. Help your child become future-ready with the language of the future. Coding. Get your child on a free coding class from Byju's Future School today and watch them become confident creators. Try it now by clicking on the banner at likeradio.com or likeagold.com. Byju's Future School.
If you've had a cough for 3 weeks or more, don't just ignore it. A cough that lasts 3 weeks or more could be a sign of cancer. It's probably nothing serious, but finding cancer early makes it more treatable. Your NHS wants to see you. Contact your GP practice. Help us help you.
Hello Basingstoke! The brand new Scoop Up store is open in the heart of Basingstoke, near Reading, Slough, Guildford and Woking. Walk into the store now to try their unique flavours and take advantage of their opening offer. Get 2 scoops for the price of 1. That's at Scoop Herb, 33 Woke Street, RG21.
White Hill Studios लेके आए ने romantic comedy drama बाईजी कुट्टणगे ਚ ਫਿਦਾ ਹੋਏ ਉਸੂਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੱਕੇ ਬਾਈ ਜੀ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹਸਾਉਣ
ਤੈਨੂੰ ਗੋਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਮਾੜੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਹੈ ਬਾਈ ਜੀ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਜੰਗਲ ਪਾਣੀ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਨਾ ਹੱਥ ਨਹੀਂ ਧੋਂਦੇ ਗੰਦੇ ਗੰਦੇ ਬਾਈ ਜੀ ਗੰਦੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਗੰਦੇ ਬਾਈ ਜੀ ਓਏ ਗੰਦੇ
19 ਅਗਸਤ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਜ਼ਦੀਕੀ ਸਿਨੇਮਾ ਘਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ For more info visit whitehillstudios.com.
The personalities that matter with Keith Vaz on Talking Points.
Leica Radio.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. How is the contest for number 10 being seen in the Indian media? As we approach the 75th anniversary of the independence of India, the leadership contest apparently is gripping the imagination of the Indian media and the Indian people. My final guest, Lavina Tandon, an award-winning broadcast journalist and documentary filmmaker with over 20 years of experience working in India and internationally, joins me this morning. She's presently covering the UK and bigger European stories for India Today and Ajtak, which has a 40 million viewership in India, and it's available in the UK on 710 Sky. She joins me this morning from London. Good morning, Lavina.
Good morning, Keith. How are you? Lovely to hear from you.
I am very well, just surviving, as you are, I'm sure, the Indian summer that is with us.
It's the 75th anniversary bringing Indian summer to England.
Lavina, tell us why there is so much interest in the Indian media about Rishi Sunak. After all, he wasn't actually born in India. He was born in Southampton.
Rishi might not be born in India, but he does have a very strong Indian heritage in terms of his grandfather, his wife possibly still holds an Indian passport. And also he represents people who contribute 6% to the British economy, despite being small in numbers. And in India, there is still recognition, or memory rather, of the times of British Raj. People do and still remember the discrimination and the atrocities. And all of this put together, Rishi symbolizes that, and he embraces his Indian heritage. It is the need for all that caliber to be recognized, and this is where I think the excitement comes from.
What does the Indian media expect Rishi Sunak to do if he's elected in respect of the relationship between Britain and India?
Well, I don't represent Indian media fully, but the expectation is not that he's going to do humongous stuff. He's a British here. But one thing that we'll take from what he spoke to us as IJ members or Indian journalist members is that the perception needs to be updated in Britain. Sometimes there is still a colonial hangover from where they speak. And he himself said that Finesse perception needs to be updated. And that's what I think one expects, that instead of speaking, yes, Britain speaking to India and not at India, but somewhere there is still a discomfort, probably. And that's what needs to happen when Rishi comes, really. Nothing else in terms of, he will bring bonus in terms of economic policies, one hopes. But Britain needs India more than India needs Britain at this point in time anyway.
Right. You've been covering this relationship for many years, for over 2 decades. At the moment, relations between India and Britain are quite good because of the chemistry between Boris Johnson and Narendra Modi. They very much seem to be mates, don't they? Why do you think that has developed so strongly between these two individuals? As Boris Johnson leaves the premiership, he does so having got a very, very close relationship with Mr. Modi, hasn't he?
I think even Cameron did, Keith, if you like. And if when two countries need each other, they would do that. And Boris has his own ways. Modi wants to do that as well. And it's quite candid when they are together because they want to do it. Britain, as I said, needs India as a market and a strong, and we were looking at a free trade deal. We were told it's going to come in October, but now Boris is going. My question remains, what happens to that free trade deal really? So I think India as a market, Britain cannot discard the young economy, the market that it is, the free trade deal that they really need. And Boris was overtly nice as well. He wanted to go to India first. Didn't happen because he wanted to show that deal happening with India. And that's not what he has been able to achieve. And that was to happen in October. And we really hope that whoever comes would continue the same trajectory of relationship, I suppose, because it's a need of the hour.
Okay, now, call the election. Who's going to win?
Well, I had always maintained that it is not going to be Rishi, even when he was winning. He was on the winning streak with the MPs. And now we know and see that the polls are really tilting towards Liz. So I would say Liz is going to win. And that would be, if you were to ask me what were the reasons, I don't know. There are many. And could there be a mix of because he's of Asian origin? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But at least it didn't come through in the whole debate in the parliament. His being of Indian origin didn't surface. But at this time, I think people need a respite from inflation and need a little bit of tax relief. And maybe Liz is speaking their language. Long term, it may or may not work. I'm not an economist. But yeah, it's Liz at the moment, I feel. But I never thought Rishi will win, really.
Lavina Tandon, thank you so much for joining us today and for giving us an insight on this 75th anniversary weekend as to the way in which the media seems to be covering this very historic election in the UK with the first person of Indian origin, basically a heartbeat away from the premiership. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very, very much, Keith. And thank you to you Like a Radio listener.
खराब करे आ गलती बेहिसाब करे दो पल की जो नींद उड़ी आ पूरे सारे ख्वाब करे क्या करने हैं उम्रों के वादे ये जो रहते हैं रहने दे आधे दो बार नहीं एक बार सही एक रात की कर ले तू यारी सुबह तक मान के मेरी बात तू ऐसे सोच ना जी आज के घुंघरू तक मान के मेरी बात तू ऐसे जोर से नाची आज के घुंघरू टूट गए के घुंघरू टूट गए छोड़ के सारे शर्म और लाज वैसे जोर से नाची आज के घुंघरू
On Talking Points, Leica.
That's it for this week. Time's up. My thanks to Dar Lavina Tandal and Rakesh Rajpura. Special thanks to my producer Rupi and my editor Adam. I'm just thinking about the 11,500 laddus that were made at the Sri Hindu Temple in Leicester, which allowed them to enter the Guinness Book of Records as having produced the most laddus in a 24-hour period. I'm also thinking of all those who are going to have to eat those laddus, because I know that nothing will go to waste. To end today's programme, we'll be listening to Na. That's Hardy Sandhu featuring Nora Fateh, which has been viewed 565 million times on YouTube. Please stay tuned to Leica Radio for the rest of the day. Enjoy the sunshine, prepare for Independence Day, and let's prepare for the arrival of the Indian Navy ship in Canary Wharf. This has been Talking Points on Leica Radio with Keith Vaz, broadcasting from London. Have a great Sunday.
ਕੁੜੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜੁੱਤੀ ਲੈ ਦੇ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕੋਰੀਏ ਨਾ 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 ਕੋਰੀਏ ਉਹ ਕੰਨ ਚੁੰਮ ਕੇ ਨੂੰ ਤਰਸਦੇ ਰਹਿ ਗਏ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕੋਰੀਏ ਨਾ 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 ਕੋਰੀਏ ਇੱਕੋ ਚੀਜ਼ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਬਲੀਏ ਐਵੇਂ ਨਾ ਗਰੀਬਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਬਲੀਏ ਇੱਕੋ ਚੀਜ਼ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਬਲੀਏ ਐਵੇਂ ਨਾ ਗਰੀਬਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੂੰ सारी दुनिया पे कहंदी बंगले पै के सोहणिया मैं कहना गोरीए ना 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 गोरीए कुड़ी मैनू कहंदी मैनू जुल्ती लै दे सोहणिया मैं कहना गोरीए ना 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 गोरीए कुड़ी मैनू कहंदी जे तू नखरे करने आ किसे होर को कर जानी मैनू प्यार नहीं जे दे सकदी जा डुब के मर जानी ओ जे तू करने आए बेबी नखरे किसे होर को कर जानी मैनू प्यार नहीं जे दे सकदी जा डुब के मर जानी कहनी मेरे कोले सूट दो ही रह गए सोनिया मैं कहना गोरिए ना 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 गोरिए ओ कुड़ी मैनू कहंदी मैनू चुमती लै ते सोनिया मैं कहना गोरिए ना 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 गोरिए ओ कुड़ी मैनू कहंदी मेरा कदे कदे जी करदा के छड़ देवां तैनू तू कदे भी खुश नहीं होना मेरे तो पता मैनू मेरा कदे कदे जी करदा के छड़ देवां तैनू तू कदे भी खुश नहीं होना मेरे तो पता मैनू
Across London on 14